Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome back to the Red Estate. After some setbacks in the last episode, we're going to be heading over to the stagecoach to see who might be willing to join our merry little band here. And I'm thinking we are down a Vestal, so Neville here is evasive but with less crit chance. Mace Bash, both party heals and illumination. More of a frontline configuration for a Vestal, but she will do for now.
A sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
We also lost our only Plague Doctor, so Revere, something is definitely going to be coming along as well. So Runes Explorer, but gets a little bit less stress resistance. Okay.
What better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
And I'm also thinking we do not have a second Arbalist, so Gurney can definitely fill that role. She's got a Battlefield Bandage, Sniper's Mark, and Sniper Shot. Okay, cool. We've also got a
Shoot, bandage, and pillage. The dancing steps of war.
A duplicate Revere here. I think we're going to leave her behind, as otherwise she would just cause some confusion within the estate. Alright, with that, we resort by level, and then pop over to the embark screen. I am thinking we're not going to be able to deal with any champion bosses for a while, largely due to the composition we've got left. Well, that's not entirely true. Now that I think about it, we've got Vare, and he could definitely do as our healer. Well, yay. You are a mover and a stunner, huh? What if I did, going to the runes, something like that? Can stun from there. Can collect bounty and mark. Flashbang. Hook and slice is really the only one not worth it. And we could pick up a sacred scroll to get our Vestal's healing back underway. Oh, I don't know. I do have a certain feeling of revenge in my heart that might make this the path we walk down right now. Although, let's see. So a damage buff. He'd hit the back line pretty well too. And then damage increase. So he hits like a truck. Huge stun skill. And an accuracy and crit and speed up. Is there anything better? Sort by rarity really quick here. Oh, poor Blasphemous Vial. You never even got to get equipped. We do have a new Plague Doctor for you. That'll come up soon. I think I'm going to go ahead and give this a try. We're going to head back to the Necromancer Lord. Not my original plan for this episode, but as I thought about it and hatred and revenge has boiled up in my heart, I think this is what we're going to end up doing. So go ahead and provision these guys. We'll want a decent amount of food. We actually ran out last time, making camping not really worthwhile for me, so I'm thinking a little bit more is on the books this time, and we'll probably use a little bit more holy water than we brought last time as well, and we'll go with like 2 more torches, as that would have helped our light level. Yeah, I think that'll make do. I don't think we're going to need any medicinal herbs, although, scratch that, we do have a leper, and medicinal herbs can help him out. So let's go ahead and give this another try, shall we?
I brought my colleagues back with much of their intellect intact. A remarkable triumph for even the most experienced necromancer. Freed from the trappings of their humanity, they plied their terrible trade anew. The dead reviving the dead, on and on down the years. forever.
Alright. And those are, of course, lines I have heard before.
A devil walks these halls. Only the mad or the desperate go in search of him.
And we cannot get a break when it comes to our starts for this fight. Even further away this time from the end than we were last time. Oh, map inside. Again, pointing out that scouting feels a little less useful when I can't do anything. Are you kidding me? Like, just we'll scout, but walk right into that? It feels a little less useful when I can't use the information to navigate corridors or maybe avoid something I would otherwise encounter. We just know it's coming. There's just not much we can do about it. We'll go ahead and grab those for now. And then let's pop a torch. We won't need another one before this fight, will we? Well, I'll go ahead and fight this at dim light. That should be fine. It's just some bulbous maggots. I think these guys should fall pretty easily.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
I could definitely use some surging confidence. That is no doubt. He resisted the debuff. Unfortunate. Oh, please don't go around stunning our party now. Okay, good. Good, good. Not quite, huh? Okay.
How quickly the tide turns.
Indeed. That stress, of course, worrying me quite a bit. And that dodge isn't helping at all.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Making up for it just a little, though. We got a good heal and eliminated one of them. Ugh. Stress is already mounting.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
I will certainly try. I will certainly try. Oh, man. I gotta say, like, suddenly I'm sort of worried about how the Necromancer fight is going to go. He bested the Inquisition, and they were sort of my go-to party composition for the runes and the bosses found within it. Knowing that he could defeat even them, man, what hope does like a second choice really have? Hopefully, they have a good hope. Mr. Bone General, I know you. One of your friends was, oh yeah, crit for 2, was instrumental in our failures last time. So we are not going to waste any time taking you out of this fight. Now, you know what? Considering this fight's going to last at least a few turns, and I was unlikely to kill him in a single blow. So let's instead focus on the long game by letting them dodge our attacks. That's exactly what I meant. Good heal. You know, the trinket no longer debuffs his chance at healing, which makes it kind of interesting when you consider I'm still getting like crits for 2. How do I crit for 2? Like, how is that even possible? All right, our newly buffed up leper does 15. Not exactly earth-shattering. Although ground and pound, maybe a little bit more earth-shattering. Oh,
Grievous
God.
Injury. Palpable fear.
Yeah. The fear is a little palpable. That's me he's talking about, not necessarily the heroes. They're not afraid. They're not afraid of anything. Me, I'm scared. I'm absolutely terrified here. Jeez. Those dodges, though. Gotta keep the healing up. Healing for 1 makes me miss the days of critting for 2. 13. We need like One more attack on him. Jeez. Those spears, though.
Prodigious size
Good,
alone
good.
does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Unfortunately, very little he can do to this corpse from here. And dodges are not good. Ow. Ow, I say. Alright. 2. Awesome. Man. These heals are not what I need them to be right now. Let's see if maybe a flashbang doesn't penalize me for stalling. Awesome. 10. Okay. Let him attack. We'll let him heal himself. Okay, and then throw out the mark so that when it is time to kill him, it gets a little bit easier. Another heal. 16. Awesome. That's a little bit more what I'm needing. And
Press
then...
disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
Alright. Protection Stone, Sapphire, and Deeds. That can replace that. That can replace that. And we'll toss everything else. Okay, check out a chest. We do have a key. Meh. I always forget to check again. I think we need busts. Are the only thing besides crests that we're still missing any of. Alright. Heirlooms. A few more busts. But we'll leave it at that. And then, you know what? A brief respite for a snack sounds... I swear. We pack Chinese food. And as soon as we eat, we're just hungry again a few moments later. I do kind of wonder, like, it feels a little bit too frequent to just be a coincidence at this point. But I can go forever without needing to eat, and then once I eat, the game suddenly seems to recall that that's a mechanic in place, and starts making me eat all the time. Maybe that's just observation bias, but it is the observation that I have been making. Alright. Surprised. Good, good. 6 to 12, so let's just focus on one of you.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
That won't quite get the kill, but we know we're going to be acting first, and so with that... Protection and dodge. You know what? Let's go ahead and vulnerability hex here. Hope for the debuff. Good, we got it. We should easily be able to take this guy down. Oh man. Talk about easily. A little bit of overkill there.
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
Man. And I hate that. I hate the way that the surprise is working out now. I would almost rather just not surprise at all. Because instead it means 2 attacks back to back. And it's just harder for me to adjust for.
Push on to the task's end.
Well... with a little bit more food, and then... I'd rather have those. Yep. Alright. I might also want to consider actually using the medicinal herbs for our leper's sake sooner rather than later. Oh, nice. That's something we want. That's something we want a lot of. Maybe even more than those. Okay. Another torch.
The light, the promise of safety.
Safety certainly sounds nice right about now. Definitely. Oh my god. Please stop missing all the time. And bleed for 9. Jeez. these stress levels are... they're really worrying me quite a bit, actually, because, you know, if I can't get to the boss with low stress, I know I'm not going to beat him. He does too much. You know, we went into it with probably less stress than this party has right now, the last time. The only weak link in our chain the last time was a single character, our Vestal, with a little bit of extra stress. Like, probably less than Vare has right now, when we embarked from the final room before the boss, and made the decision, like, okay, we're going to go ahead and do this with this level of stress. We ran into a trap in that hallway that gave her, I want to say like 16 stress, which pushed her maybe to the point where I would have initially said, well, I don't want to do that.
Unnerved,
Jesus.
unbalanced.
But it was kind of a little too late to be turning back then. Oh my god. And then once she broke, it just rippled through the rest of the party. Now, these guys are looking very similar. And much earlier on. Oh man, come on. And all of the dodges from the enemy are not helping a bit. 74. Another stressful incantation. Okay. Okay. Let's try one of these. Good. Oh, boy. Decent damage. And finishing it off. Okay. Just messing with me now. Very little he can do from here. You know what? We'll just have him self-heal for a turn or two. Really? Only 5. Okay. 1 or 2. Can't quite do it. Ugh, and the dodge. Clumsy axe blade. Okay. Well then. Crit for 14. I'm digging that. Easily taking him down. Not good. Okay. That pretty much seals it.
Those who covet injury find it in no short supply.
Wow. Really just bad hit chances all around in these entire dungeon. Okay, well. So, quite honestly, for those of you looking for the exciting conclusion for this episode,
This expedition at least promises success.
I beg to differ. I'm not sure that this expedition does promise success. We are most likely not going to be taking on the Skeleton Lord. We're so far away right now that it seems weird saying we can't do it at this point. Bad Gambler Quirk removed. Nice. But I don't see any way. There's no way you walk into that fight with this kind of stress and don't get killed by the Necromancer Lord just from heart attacks, basically. I'd be maybe happy to take it on.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
From an HP standpoint, but
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
But with a heart attack being 100% dead, I can't see any way that this group manages to get through that fight without people dropping from the stress. It's just extremely unlikely. Greatest strides demand sacrifice. Okay, okay. Let's go ahead and heal for 0. Also good. Man. That's been another thing. My heals have not been coming the way I need them to. Yeah.
Teetering on the brink,
Death's Door.
facing the abyss.
Sounds about right. Man. Alright, well, do all you can. We'll get him out of the way. And then... Can't guard, but he could mark himself, which might pull an attack in his general direction. And then... Just get a flashbang on him. Good. There we go. Off Death's Door. No big deal. Okay. Yep, that's been about par for the course. Witness my will. Why are you doing that? Let's check him out really quick here. No. He does have a plus 12 accuracy modifier, though. But, yeah, we've been having a ton of trouble actually hitting anybody. Making these fights last way longer than I need them to. You know. No, focus your hatred on me. Oh, they will. There you go. That's
And now,
hatred.
the true test. Hold fast, or expire.
Wrapped up and delivered at the other end of a crossbow bolt. Alright then. I don't think taking the time to move here is very smart. Especially considering just how narrow the margins are at the moment. Okay. You know what? We'll try for a stun. We'll get the stun. Awesome. Okay. And then maybe now will be the time to attempt to move and waste a turn entirely. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. At least 15 is a decent anti-death's door number.
A singular strike.
Good, good. Nothing you can do. So let's go ahead and just self-heal. Eat a clumsy axe blade, okay. And then try for a retribution, hopefully to draw the ire of this sharpshooter here. Or wow, just did not matter. Ver, I think he's got something out for you. Did you maybe offend him at some point in your life? Sure am glad we used our retribution ability. It did a lot of good for us here. Definitely, definitely. And God. Oh man. Okay. Our misses, their dodges, I'm going to use the term interchangeably, because they're my dice rolls that make them able to dodge. So I'm still going to call it a miss, even if it says dodge across the top of the screen. And our misses throughout this dungeon have been staggering. Absolutely.
Few. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Yeah, I'm going with trick of the light. Our misses have just been absolutely devastating this entire dungeon. We'll go with this. We are out of keys. Can I bash these open? I don't think so. I think that's the locked ones that require a little bit of bashing. Yeah, we'll just drop the heirlooms and move on. Oh boy. I don't want to retreat now. I would at least like to make, you know, as much of a profit out of all this as I can. Considering we're going to need to de-stress these guys once they get back to town.
In a single strike.
Beautiful. Just beautiful. Well, let's go with this. The move is actually useful here as well. That means either one of these guys can swap with each other without too much trouble. Healing for 2. Not quite what I had in mind. And more. More wasted turns. More stress incoming. Yeesh. Yep. Things are not looking so hot. All around. Go with the heal there. I am then gonna buff everybody once. I'm actually gonna take a turn here to just buff the entirety of our crew. Largely because of all of the stupid misses that have been happening. And then a little bit of HP back to you. And then a little bit of crushing to you. And I'll have him remove his own debuff. Alright. And more dodging. Okay.
Ringing ears.
Not the worst thing.
The end approaches.
I don't actually think that negatively affects us at all, being reshuffled there. Let's not cut you down if we could avoid it. I would be okay with that. Chop.
Masterfully
Nice.
executed.
Finally, somebody decides they want to start connecting with blows.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Okay. We'll go with that and keep a move on. The possibilities with this device are glorious. Yeah, I mean, it mostly just makes dark rooms not dark anymore. There, that's... fire is not exactly as mind-shattering of an invention as you might think. Alright, more of these guys. Witness my will. See that I cannot be dissuaded. Alright. I wasn't trying to dissuade you. I would very much like this guy to die really quickly. Our occultist debuff, of course, not working on him. That turn was basically wasted. But you never know. He did die, at least. Can do one of these, and this guy's just going to be jabbing from the front rank. And I can deal with that. Especially if he's stunned, I can deal with him. Crit for 6. Wow. We have very different ideas of what a critical heal looks like. Why not? I doubt that was going to be enough to kill him. And I would prefer another turn worth of heals, all things considered. Bayonet jab.
Death waits.
It, of course, crits for 11.
Slightest lapse in
Yeah, it
concentration.
does. Yeah, it does. Why don't you say goodnight for a little while? And let him heal himself again. And then mark. I don't know if that will count as stalling. I do not think it did. Okay. We'll just leave our last character to go for the kill on this guy. I think that'll work out A-okay with one of these. Yeah.
The ground quakes.
Summer before the fall.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
We'll start another gold stack with the bandages being tossed out, and then keep a walking. Another hunger event. Great. Means we will not be feasting at our campfire. That is very unfortunate. And keep marching on. We do want to reposition these guys again, though. Whoops. And already been looted. Already been looted. I think someone has been along this way before.
A blazing star is born.
And a scout until the end. Okay. A couple more hopefully easy fights with some easy loot. Of course, not if the enemy acts first all the time. If you kill me, the black beast will devour you. Got more characters on their way to insanity. Lovely.
Well struck.
2, 4, 2. Let's try for a retribution. Nice. And maybe it won't even matter. Hopefully it won't even matter. Alright. Oh god. I think the Black Beast is starting to speak for our friend Vare. Oh, and I would rather he not come out and play.
Precision and power.
He is never all that friendly.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Already looted. Random rants from Vare. Stretching everybody else out. Okay. And
the way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
the last of our torches are burned. Wow, that's a great way to start a fight. That's an equally great way to start a fight. You know what? I'm just going to buff up here. I think this fight is going to last long enough that my increased damage will be worthwhile. And then we'll try to draw a little bit of incoming damage from everybody else. Wow, more dodging. Okay. Oh, unfortunately, we have not been doing the same at all. There, good. Poirier decides to disprove me immediately. Okay. Riposte has been changed somehow. It's no longer just active as long as like a single turn cycle. Like it's now his turn, but we still have this. Okay. And that's not the first time I've seen it do that. Yep. There is a death door.
Becoming unwound.
Perfect. So Riposte stays active for more than a turn now. I don't know how much more though. More Death's Door.
At the very
Okay.
precipice of oblivion.
Tried this. Couldn't quite get it done. But he's not marked anymore. The mark only lasts for a single turn. Alright. That time we got the stun on those guys. Okay. We need our own healing to come real quick. Our target activates riposte, but then riposte just stays on now? Is that how I'm to understand that? Like, once you use it, you're always riposty from there on? Big damage.
Injury and despondence set the stage for heroism or cowardice.
I'm banking on heroism here, guys. That would be real nice. Real nice. Okay. Let's maybe try this. I think the Bone Sergeant is mostly just out of this fight. Oh good, mark yourself. That'll work out well. I don't think healing himself is even worthwhile here. He's got such low HP.
As life ebbs, terrible vistas of emptiness reveal themselves.
That I think it would have likely just led into a situation where any healing we did was immediately counteracted by a single shot from the enemy. And I would rather have dealt a killing blow to somebody in the meantime. Okay. One of these. Not quite, huh? However, we will heal to get you off of death's door. Oh. Eventually the riposte went away. I didn't notice a win. So it lasts like 2 or 3 turns now, right? Yeah. Yeah. Spirits are tested.
And frailty finally claim their due.
Ow! Again with the misses. Not like the misses, like MRS. No, like not that kind of. Yeah, anyway. That, I think, has truly felt like the theme of this dungeon.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Has been my complete inability to make contact with the enemy when attacking. We're gonna go ahead and
Gathered
feast
close
here.
in tenuous firelight.
No thank you.
Uneasy companionship.
Wow. Oh, it's entirely possible that this campfire is going to stress me out more. So he refused to eat, which took him down to death's door, which stressed everyone back out. That's about par for the course, I would say. We mostly need de-stressing here. So, let's do it. I don't even care about Poye and Ver at this point. Like, there's no way that we are going to get out of here without them needing to de-stress. I just can't. I can't see it happening. So let's focus on getting maybe Poussin's spirits to the point we don't have to spend any gold on him. Likewise, the quarantine is worthwhile. It does nothing to Ver. I prefer the pain. It drowns out the voice. Yeah, I mean, it's not my favorite TV show either, but there's no reason to kill yourself over it. Weapons practice. Instruction, wound care. Don't need it. Self-only, reduce stress by 20. Do need it. Stress resistance. No. 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 That's going to be it. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and call it quits here. I do not feel like being ambushed if I was to actually rest.
Of your enemy and of yourself will invariably lead to defeat.
All in all, the collected treasures will certainly make us break even on this, but I am very disappointed that I suddenly seem not able to even navigate to a boss fight. That does kind of worry me a little bit here. Fear of the Unholy. That... Well, hey, I'm sorry, man, but that is going to kind of take you out of this boss fight in the future. Stress resistance being nullified against a stress boss that is unholy.
I remember days when the sun shone and laughter could be heard from the tavern.
Right, well, Port had removed a little bit of stress, and then everything else was just us going out and coming back in, unfortunately. My, oh my. We are going to have to take a little time, regroup, and rethink some things. In the meantime, I think our new party members are going to start getting the Darkest Dungeon treatment as they begin heading out into probably the Cove's lower level dungeons, and we'll see how things go there. You know what, let me sort by class. Who are we still missing? We could use another Plague Doctor, and we have no Crusaders. Okay. One Crusader has arrived for camp. Wield and Unholy Slayer. You know, he might just do. Let's go ahead and pick up for camp here.
A mighty sword arm anchored by holy purpose. A zealous warrior.
And then either a Plague Doctor or another Crusader, whoever decides to show their face first. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I would love to hear any comments on perhaps some tweaking that might have happened in the last update that has suddenly left me incapable of running through these dungeons any longer. It was only 2 episodes ago that we so easily dispatched a boss in the in the Warren without much trouble at all, and then now we've run straight into a brick wall as it comes to clearing out the Necromancer Ward in the ruin. Necromancer Lord in the ruins. It's possible I have also forgotten how to talk. Lots of things may have gone wrong. I hope you guys enjoyed it, though. Feel free to subscribe if you'd like to see more videos every single day. Leave a like or a comment if you have anything to say about this or any of my other episodes. And I will catch you guys next time.